working with Money Insights has been it's been unbelievable. I mean, you know, I first kind of found out about the infinite banking model and whole life and that whole world through kind of a friend and mentor of mine, and read a couple books. And when I first stumbled across you guys, you had a couple of really great webinars that really helped me kind of grasp the fundamentals and distilled it down to a level that was in more detail than I had soaked up before, but it wasn't overwhelming, but I felt like it gave me a good baseline with kind of my initial conversation with you guys. And then when you and I first had our first phone meeting, you know, just kind of built on it from there. And you know, one of the things I really appreciated from day one is your willingness to just, you know, I'm the type of person to ask a lot of questions naturally when I'm learning about something for the first time, as a lot of people probably do, but you just, you know, kind of would sit back and patiently hear me out and then give me great answers. And I remember sitting down for, you know, thinking, oh, this guy, you know, didn't feel like he hurried me off the phone or anything. And so I feel like that's pretty rare these days. So from day one, I just felt like, you know, great treatment from you and everyone at the Money Insights team, and I knew right away that wanted to kind of continue working with you guys. So for now, my policies are just a couple of years old, but the core of it for me is just having a place to put excess liquidity where I know that it's growing at a rate that is significantly higher than I'm going to get in a bank or in a money market fund, and it's safe. It's in a vehicle that's been around for decades or over 100 years, some of this stuff. And so I feel like that component of it alone, that it's just a place to put excess capital in a safe way. It's sort of like the bonds of my portfolio, I guess, is one way I like to think about it. So that's been great. And then, the icing on the cake is that I'm able to then tap into that, still my money, and put it into other investments and have it continue to grow there all along. So just, the core reasons why it makes sense to a lot of people, but for me so far, it's been really just that first component where it's just a place to put funds that, outside of the banking system. And so, because my policies are newer, I've been focusing on just building the cash value a little bit over the last couple of years. And I'm right now at kind of a pivotal point where I'm looking to start, borrowing against them and putting that money to work somewhere else. And like I said, that'll be icing on the cake of what the policies have already been doing for me, I feel like. I think I would tell them, just the communication and the professionalism from the team. I mean, and I had actually talked to one or two other, people who kind of deal in these same types of policies, but it was very apparent from the very beginning just how knowledgeable you guys are in this. You guys can live and breathe this stuff. And what I look for is that, of course, but also, somebody who's going to get back to me if I send them an email or return my phone call or make time to set up an appointment, or, those types of things are really important to me, because I kind of try to communicate in that way to others. And I just, it's great when it's reciprocated. So, anybody who's got my personality is like, hey, I just want to know if I have a quick question or a thought, or I want to set up a time to go over my policies with Rod, that you always seem to make time for that. And I really, really appreciate that. And also, I think just how smoothly the process went from, the time I decided to start the policies, and Brittany sort of holding my hand through, okay, here's the application, here's how to fill it out. And then about a year after we started the policies, we actually ended up transferring the ownership of them to an LLC that we'd set up for asset protection purposes. And so, I mean, that was not a super easy process, but you guys made it very easy. I mean, if I had to call the 1-800 number for the insurance company and navigate their phone tree and get the right person to answer my questions every time, it would have been a nightmare. But, it was just, Brittany would send me documents and say, look at page 2, sign at the bottom, then go to page 4 and, initial there, that kind of stuff. So just, really a VIP treatment, I feel like, from start to finish, and it's very much noticed and appreciated. So thank you. To anybody who's out there who's questioning whether or not, they might want to do something like this, I've been nothing but happy with my decision to, go down the road of whole life. I mean, I'd heard probably a lot of the same criticisms of it, and When I first heard about the concept, I was very pessimistic, but it almost fell into the category of like too good to be true kind of thing. But when you look at it and you research it, and then you realize that the types of policies that you guys are building for clients like me are not the same types of policies that are getting bashed and write-ups and things like that, it all kind of starts to make sense. So if someone was thinking about it, do your homework. But I've been nothing but happy with the decision to open whole life policies and leveraged IUL stuff with you guys, and then definitely zero regrets about working with you and the Money Insights team. So